Sean had some money. He used 2/3 of it to buy a watch and spent 3/4 of the remainder on a wallet. If the watch cost $65 more than the wallet, we're asked how much money had Sean left, and B, how much money did Sean have at first? Okay, this is very similar to the previous question in that we have got the same thing where we've got a fraction of the whole amount of money. And then we've got a different denominator. We've got here we've got 2/3 and here we have 3/4. But also this 3/4 is 3/4 of a different whole. It's 3/4 of the remainder, whereas this is 2/3 of the original amount. So you have to be careful of that. And then I also notice that we've got here, rather than telling us how much the watch costs, they are giving us a comparison. So you might want to draw a separate model to show this comparison. We'll have a look. We'll see how we get on. So Sean had some money. Okay, so I am going to draw a bar, okay, that represents all of the money that Sean had, okay? And we will label that. So this is, okay, all the money. Okay. Right. And it says he used 2/3 of it to buy a watch. So what we're going to do is to split this bar into thirds. Okay. So all of the money has been split into thirds, and he used 2/3 to buy a watch. Okay. So let's do this. So this 2/3. Okay, we can see that that's 2/3. We can see that that's these two parts here. Okay, right. Now what do we have? And he spent 3/4 of the remainder on a wallet. Now, what is the remainder? This here is the remainder. Okay, so you have to be very clear on what that is. And it's 3/4 of this that he spent on a wallet. So what we need to do is split this bar into quarters. Okay, now hopefully you know what I'm going to do next, which is because I want to keep all of the parts equal. If I've split this, what was originally 1/3 of the whole amount, if I've split this into quarters, I'm going to do the same with all of them. Okay, and even though I might be drawing it badly, and I do this I don't use computer apps to do this because I want to show what it is that you can do with pencil and paper. All right, so I've now split the whole bar so that it's got these same parts. What I might do is just show where the original thirds were. Okay, all right. And then 3/4 of the remainder was spent on a wallet. So from here to here, okay, is the wallet. Okay, these 3/4 there. That's the wallet. Okay. Right, now what? We are asked, we're asked, A, how much money did Sean have left? Well, he spent all of this on a watch. He spent all of this on a wallet. This must be, this is A. Okay, this is what he had left. All right, so we need to figure that out. And B is how much money did Sean have at first? Well, that's all of this money. So this is B. Okay, that's the question B. Okay, what can we work out? And this is where we need to go and look at these amounts. If the watch costs 65 more than the wallet, okay, now we've got lots of equal parts. The watch, we've got to look at all, the watch comprises 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 parts. And even though I may have drawn them badly, you know, and I know that they all represent equal parts. So the watch is 8 parts and the wallet is 3 parts. Okay. Now, you could draw a comparison model to show this, but what you're looking for is the difference, aren't you? More is about a difference. And the difference between 3 and 8 is 5. 8 take away 3 is 5. And this is the difference. The difference between the cost of the watch and the wallet. Okay, so there is a 5-part difference. And we know that, and we're told that that difference is 65. Okay, so $65 equals 5 parts. All right. Now, if you weren't sure about this, you could think, okay, I'm not really sure. What I could do is just redraw down here. I know that this bit is the watch. In fact, I could just draw again. So this is the watch. I could say, there we go. This is now a comparison model. Okay. And then I split it into these quarters, didn't I? Okay. So let's check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's the watch. And then we have the watch and wallet. And the wallet is 1, 2, 3 parts. Okay, we could draw this. And then what are we told? We are told that the watch is 65 more than the wallet. So we know then that this difference is 65. And then we can see that 65 is this here, relates to these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts. Okay. All right. So you may have been able to just see that yourself already, but you also could just draw out another little model just to be sure. So if we do 65, okay, if we divide that by 5, we're going to get the value of each of the parts, which is $13. All right. So each of these parts has a value of $13, all right, and each of these, and I can just put that in, all right. I don't have to write them all in, but it can just be helpful to see as we get on. Right, if they're all 13, that includes this one here, which I notice I've labeled with a question mark. This is the amount he had left. Well, I've now answered that question. So he had $13 left, and we're asked how much money did Sean have at first? Well, we've got to count up all of these, and we could just actually think, we know that there are 3, there's 4 in each of these. 3 by 4, that's 12, but we can also count them: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 parts. Each of them has a value of 13. So we've got 12 times 13, and 12 times 13 is 156. Okay, 156. So those are our 2 answers, and you can see how it was important to keep labeling everything and make sure especially with these fractions where you had 2/3 of the original whole and then 3/4 of the remainder, making sure that if you subdivide these parts, that you do the same with the rest of the model. And then it was up to you if you wanted to sort of redraw to make the comparison easier to see. And then you could see how 65 related to those parts. Okay. The model is supposed to just help you visualize.